uh, 5 years ago, I had this idea where I was like, I actually don't want health and wellness to be the only thing. I want it to be a vehicle and a tool to greater things. Like, what is it that I can do that is beyond myself? So I had this idea of starting a nonprofit, which I started 5 years ago. And when I was doing that, I had a relationship with an auctioneer where he was like, we should do, it was it's a benefit auctioneer. So he was like, we should do some sort of benefit. And I said, when I get to a community where I'm passionate about something, I'm all in. I'll do this with you. So here I was for the first time in years now, actually in the community where my kids go to school. I've built businesses all over, but never in my own backyard where my kids attended. And so here I was asking the community, now that I'm here and I'm in the community, I said, where's the need? I kept hearing two things: historical society, which I was like, we don't need one more business on Main Street that's got junk in it. And, and then a football field. Like the school is one in three in the entire state that doesn't own their own football field. We have a dirt track, so we bus our kids to a track and field that is the next school over, like next town over. So they get on the bus every day to go practice on their track and field. But our football team has made it to state year after year. Our track team has been state winners for the last 3 years in a row. So I'm like, these kids are like dynamite athletes that are on a shoestring budget, that literally have no facility. And then our neighboring towns have had really big donors come in and like build the Taj Mahal of fields. And so like college level, like top 10 like fields, scoreboards, just over the top. And so I was like, I just want our kids to have a field, and I want, it doesn't need to be this crazy elaborate college level field, but a field that we don't have to bus our kids to. So I jokingly was like, well, let me start, see what I can do, and maybe we can pay for the uniforms. Like, so my first goal was to raise 25,000 with a 1 day event towards this project. Our first year we raised 88,000. Our second year we raised 100,000. All in now we're at $305,000 raised. This will be our 5th year event. And we did soil borings on the land. We've hired a design engineer. We've got 3D prints. And so we're actually looking at breaking ground at the end of this year, and goal is to complete the project 2027. But when I think of legacy, I'm like,
Yeah.
how cool is that? I can
Yeah.
say from ground up, I saw this vision, I saw this project, I put in the years, I've put in the work, and we're about to build a sports complex for the school district that will change the trajectory of this school, not only from an attendance standpoint, because the people are leaving to head to
Yeah.
the other districts because
Yeah.
they have other opportunities,
Yeah.
but also like for the community. Like, we see it as a walking path, Relay for Life. Like, half the community is elderly and doesn't have a safe place to walk. So when I think about it, I'm like, how cool is it? These are just micro ways that we get to now
Yep.
change like
So
such bigger
many.
impact. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I have the time freedom to be able to run the organization because of the business that I've created through health and wellness, but also the financial freedom to be able also to put me in conversations with people, to having these big dollar conversations that, I mean, like, to be seated at a table so confidently to have those conversations has been huge. So
Yeah, absolutely.